Hello, everybody. I am Goldilocks. We are back talking about not Trump this time, actually. We're not talking about Trump this time. We are talking about more of a Republican Party in general problem this specific live. Usually we're the party that hate Trump, right? But this time we're going to be the party that bashes Hegseth for good reason. We're going to see how this goes for a day because it's topical, right? People are searching for Hegseth. They want to know about this because a lot of people probably did not watch the hearing about it. They probably have not read the full text. A lot of MAGA probably doesn't even believe that they read the full texts, even if they did read them, because they're outlandish, right? I've seen a lot of MAGA just outright denying the text threads that have been openly acknowledged to be real in the comments of some of these videos. Hilarious, right? They just don't know. They just don't know, and literally, as it always is, the first instinct is to say, no, that's obviously fake. No, that's real. That's the thread. Those are your representatives that you gladly voted for. Yep. Releasing what should be classified information on Signal. When in fact, the government had just recently been briefed that Signal was absolutely the wrong place to do this. Did you hear that Ukraine was the one who instigated the war? I did hear that, and that's hilarious. That's a hilarious take. Good take, Jacob. If you want to talk about that, I would have a great time, to be honest. Hopefully he will resign. That would be an honorable move at this point. This is absolutely unforgivable for a man in his position. But this is Pete Hegseth we're talking about. If you Google him for 30 seconds, he absolutely will not. So yes, Pucker War. I wholeheartedly agree. There is no chance that it will happen, but he absolutely should based on what's happened here. It's funny, you never complained during Biden administration. Do you want to talk about it? I'll talk to you about the Biden administration. I'll gladly talk to you about it. I just invited you. If you don't accept it, it's because you're a coward, basically. Just saying. If you don't accept, it's because you're a coward. He won't because Trump won't admit he did something wrong. Exactly. Exactly. It's funny because Trump was like, well, no, they it was somebody else that did this. It was an aide that released these texts on this guy's part, and he was like, no, we did it. I don't even remember which one that was, but that happened. Like Trump tried to give him an out, and he was like, no, that was absolutely me. I think it was Waltz. I think, but don't quote me on it. You don't have a clue. Still whining about this? This is today. Like the hearing about this was today. What do you mean still whining about this? Biden's the plant, I guess, the one who allowed these meetings on Signal. What? Oh god, you're dumb. All right. Anyway, if you're MAGA, actually request get up here, talk to me about it. I will gladly have you. We will talk about it. We might talk about some other things. I'm open to other topics as well. Usually I'm talking about the other things. But today, this is actually what's important for the American people to be focused on, right? So we're going to kind of stick to this today a little bit. I'm not going to stonewall you on other topics. Raw, how's it going?
Doing good, man. How are you?
Pretty good. How old are you?
32.
And who'd you vote for?
I voted for Trump.
Okay. And do you think Hegseth should resign?
I don't necessarily think he should resign, no. I do think that there should be some security revamping and monitoring on the basis of not using Signal.
So yeah, they were already told not to, though. So why would that require a revamp?
Right. I mean, there's a difference between a data leak and a near miss. In this circumstance, it would be a near miss because
How is that?
because it was already unclassified by the time it was released of what was actually in those messages. So
Because
during the
Hegseth
time,
decided to declassify it because he
that's
knew
kind
it
of
would
how
leak.
that's kind of how security works within the
Right, right.
government.
So because Hegseth decided that this information should be declassified, he
Right,
just
it was post
so
operation.
literally anything he could have said would have been fine because he just says it's okay.
Right, it was post operation, so it would be
Right.
capable of declassification.
So literally no matter what he had said, it would be okay because he said it was okay.
Well, yeah, it's post operation, so it would be subject to declassification at that point. Prior to, was
Yeah,
there any
sure,
sort of
sure.
information that was released prior to the
Sure.
operation to the public? Was there any information out and about to the public?
Was there information released to a source that it shouldn't have been prior to the mission?
Well, I'm asking to the public. Was there any sort of release to the public prior to the
Are
operation?
you going to answer my question?
Well, are you going to answer mine first, or do you want me to answer yours because you're wanting to?
Yeah,
skip?
because I'm the host and my question is actually important to answer.
Okay, so if I answer your question, will you not skip mine?
Yeah.
Okay, great. What's your question?
Are you kidding me?
No, I would like you to repeat it.
So you didn't listen to my question?
No, I asked you a question and then you were continuing to talk over me. Could you repeat it, or do you just not want it?
Hold on, I wasn't talking over you. I answered your question, which is a stupid question to ask in this particular instance, with an actually relevant question, because that's what the case is about.
Right. Do you want to just ask it again, or do you want to just... What are you doing?
Well, no, now I'm feeling a bit disrespected, right?
Oh, my bad. You want to ask it
weren't
again?
listening to me.
Sure. My bad. You want to ask it again?
So your whole entire argument boils down to Hegseth decides what's classified, so therefore literally anything he said would have been okay, right? So the question here is...
Was there release of information prior to the operation? The answer is no.
There absolutely was, though.
No, there wasn't. So
there absolutely was. So hold on.
Do you have an understanding of security?
Shut up. If the reporter who did actually put these texts forward and leak them had done that before the mission,
yeah. It would have been U.S. Code 793.
Right. Then he would have been in the fault, and you still think Hegseth wouldn't have?
They both would have.
Okay, so he should have done that and taken the bullet.
So you're saying to perform espionage?
No, I'm saying to get this guy because he actually did something absolutely terrible.
So perform espionage in order to be a martyr? Is that what you're advocating for?
How can you possibly even argue that this is espionage?
Because it would be. That's quite literally what the U.S. Code is.
No, hold on. So if let's say this happens, Pete Hegseth sends out an email on a mass mailer to every person in America, right? Let's just assume he has this power. He can do that at will. And that email contains sensitive information. Then we're all spies?
No.
Because that's what happened here. That's literally what happened here.
That's not what happened at all. So
it absolutely is.
Do you know Signal is used in government devices?
Oh, is it?
It's pre-installed in government devices.
Oh, is it?
Yes.
Not for this.
It's not pre-installed in government devices?
Not for this type of communication, bud.
Okay, so I don't think you're understanding what I'm saying. So I said that it is pre-installed inside of government devices.
Not for this type of communication.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Let's take a breather.
Did you watch the hearing today?
Let's break it down.
Did you watch the hearing today?
I saw clips. I work for a living.
Oh, you saw clips. Great.
I work for a living.
So you actually don't know what you're talking about.
No, so I do.
We've established this at this point.
I work with.
No, hold on, shut up. You actually don't know what you're talking about because you don't. You literally haven't heard anything about this.
Are you triggered or
no? Not at all. I just actually care about my country, and you don't.
Oh, you're right. I don't give a fuck about.
You're not a patriot, and you're supporting somebody who is absolutely terrible at his job.
I don't care about espionage. You're saying
supporting one of Trump's. Hold on. You're supporting one of Trump's DEI hires.
Oh, shut up.
You're supporting an absolute DEI hire.
What you're doing right now is you're doing a straw man argument. You're
Oh, a
creating
straw
an
man.
extreme.
A straw man.
You're creating an
A
extreme
straw
on my view
man.
of what happened. So that would be
So
a
do
straw
you
man.
support Hegseth or not? You think he shouldn't resign, right?
No, I don't think so. I think
So
that
you
there should
think
be
he
some sort
wasn't
of.
in
Oh,
the
I
wrong?
thought I was going to be able to get a
So
full
you think
sentence
he
here,
wasn't
maybe
in
not.
the wrong?
Whenever you're finished, bro, let me know.
You answered my question, and I was asking you another one. You think he wasn't in the wrong?
Are you going to let me have more than 3 words, or what's up?
I just asked you yet another yes or no question. You think he wasn't in the wrong?
Oh, you're yes or no's. My bad,
Yeah.
Congressman. No. Yes. Maybe.
Okay, so you don't know how to answer a simple question?
No, I typically don't do yes or no in conversation. Do you do yes or no? This is a yes or no question, by the way. Do you typically do yes or no questions?
No, but you
Oh,
absolutely
okay.
have to
So
when
I'm
I'm
sorry. I'm
telling
going
you
to ask you
to.
another question. It was just a yes or no.
I'm going to pretend like I'm actually listening to his question and see how long it takes.
You're a fucking
Good.
idiot, dude.
It didn't take too long.
No,
Good
see,
job.
what happens is like I use my brain, and then I respond,
I use my brain.
and then what you do is you and
What do
moan
I do? Hold on, what? We're
and you
losing
lost.
you. We're losing you.
You're muting.
What?
You lost.
What?
You lost.
What?
You lost. You're a faggot. You're a faggot.
There's
is
the
what it is.
slur. There it
Oh.
is. He
There, and you're
slurs.
retarded.
He slurs twice. 2 different slurs. It didn't take too long. First guess, slurred out. Didn't take too long. It didn't fucking take too long, bud. He supports Hegseth being terrible at his job. Of course he does. Because how was that not expected? Host is crashing out. But there's a difference between crashing out and actually being passionate about wanting to do what's best for the American people. I'm just going to say that very cool, calm, and collected right now. There is definitely a difference between crashing out and not wanting somebody to support Hegseth in this situation, who has undermined national security with this. Absolutely. Tommy, I think I vaguely remember you from during the election cycle. How you doing?
Good. How are you doing?
Pretty good. How old are you?
I'm 42.
And you voted for Trump?
You betcha.
And do you think that Hegseth should resign for putting Americans in danger? And
nope,
just
Hegseth is doing
generally,
a wonderful job, and
I wasn't done yet. I wasn't done yet. And generally disregarding his entire career's purpose, which is national security.
You know, he's been in the service for a long time.
Okay, so yeah, right now his
If you need
career,
to look up his
right
record,
now,
he's
right.
been-
Hold
he
on,
has been
Tommy,
in
Tommy.
the service
Right
for a
now,
long
his
time.
entire career is dedicated to national security. Do you agree?
That's right.
Okay, so he disregarded national security.
No, he didn't.
Absolutely, he did. Otherwise, we wouldn't have
No, he
seen
didn't.
these messages.
Oh, so okay, I got a question for you then.
Yeah, go on.
So you're telling me that Joe Biden's clan or whatever
Okay,
you
hold
want
on.
to
I don't
call
know
it
what that
didn't
was
do
that
a
you just
single
had.
thing wrong.
Why
You're going
would-
to tell me
when
Joe
did I-
Biden's team did
Tommy,
nothing wrong.
Tommy, when did I say
No,
that?
you're rubbing it down. No, you're going to listen to me.
When-
You're running down the
He's so
wrong
mad.
tunnel.
What made you so mad so quick?
Well, I don't know what made you be so rude to Pete Hegseth when you had other people in Biden's plan
I'm not being
that did a lot
rude.
of things wrong.
I'm not being rude.
You are very rude.
I'm
Yes,
absolutely
you are.
not. No. If he doesn't
Yes, you
resign, he needs to be fired.
No, he's not getting fired. And he's not going to resign.
I'm not
because that's what
saying,
we got
hold
told.
on, Tommy, I'm not saying either of those will happen. I think there's zero chance that either one of those will happen. But he absolutely needs to be taken out of his position because he is terrible at national security. Dude, hold on. Let me ask you this real quick. I think this is a question that you couldn't possibly avoid answering the way that I think any reasonable American should answer it. Do you think that if Pete Hegseth had messaged these people in the right way, that we would have seen the messages?
You've seen the messages anyways because he got something with that program, or the numbers got mixed up,
No.
and that's why it got sent to a liberal.
No. Do you know how No, actually, no. Do you know how he was in the chat?
The guy that got sent to, it was a far leftist person.
Do you know how he was in the chat?
We're still working on that. That's
No, he was added to the chat.
No,
we just don't know by who. He was absolutely added intentionally or unintentionally by somebody that was already in it.
Again, do you not hear what I said? That is all under investigation.
Okay, we'll see.
Well, I know it is.
No, it's under investigation. We will see that he was actually added to the chat.
And what if it wasn't? So you should call up Pete Hegseth and apologize to him then.
No, absolutely not. Because still...
Why not?
Because
it's only being fair.
Because still, Tommy, if he had been messaging these people the right way, using the right protocols, right encryption, right service in general, we still would have never seen the messages.
I don't care. I'm telling you how it is.
But, yeah, exactly. That's why we're here, to show that you don't care.
Really? You didn't care about your country for 4 years?
That's whataboutism, and two, I absolutely did.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I'm a patriot.
No,
You're not.
You did not.
I'm a patriot, and you are not.
You want all the legal immigrants in here. We don't.
I do want all the legal immigrants in here, yeah.
There you go. You're not a patriot.
I just said the legal immigrants.
Legal, yes, but illegal. Illegal.
No, I want.
You don't want the border.
Hold on, Tommy. Let me explain. Because you're assuming what I want. Let me explain real quick my stance on immigration. I think that there should be actual legitimate paths to amnesty. Because it's good for America.
We'll do it to the right way.
Yeah, no, a legal, absolute path to amnesty. That's what I think should be the case. That's what I think should be happening. And in a lot of cases,
you believe the border wall then?
What? No, because that doesn't
you
actually solve the problem.
A border. There you go.
It doesn't actually solve the problem, and it costs a lot of goddamn money. I don't want to spend my money on that. I want to solve the problem.
If you look up the different countries, they have border walls around.
That doesn't mean that solves that problem.
It solves a lot of problems. You look it up. You can look up what Tom Homan just said, that the crossings are way down low.
Okay, sure.
Well, I don't know. See, you guys always think that
do you know about the Langford border bill?
All the people are bad. We're all bad.
Do you know about the Langford border bill at all?
Which bill is that one?
The Langford border bill, which was the most tough bill we've ever had written on immigration ever in the history of the country. Written by a staunch ass Republican.
Some of that, there's a lot of stuff on the books that is rewritten.
It wasn't passed. That's why I'm asking if you know about it. That's part of the reason.
There's some of the stuff needs to be rewritten.
Tommy, if I ask, do you know about something and you don't know about it, you absolutely can just say you don't know, and I will tell you about it. It's like a hack for life. So do you know about it?
We're not talking about none of that. We're talking about Pete Hegseth.
I thought you were talking about immigration out of nowhere for no reason. So I was going to go off on that.
You get on Pete Hegseth, but there's other border people that were in this military
Okay,
that were just
Tommy, give
we-
me one. Give
and
me
they
one.
did more damage
I
than
understand.
Pete
I
did.
understand.
Pete only did one time.
You're really
One time,
worked
we
up.
don't even know what the hell he did. We don't know.
Really worked up. Let's take a second. I'm going to explain what's happened so far, right? So I tried to explain why Pete Hegseth should resign. Once I got my foot in a little tiny bit into the argument, you pivoted to immigration as a whataboutism related to Joe Biden, right? So I was going to go into how legislation was actively developed during that administration that would have helped that problem a lot, and he ran. All right, anyway. I was trying to explain to him where we were at in the conversation just so that we could keep going with it, but it's fine. It's all right. If you haven't followed, do so. It's a good time. I have a great time. Hopefully you have a great time too in here. Whether you agree with me or disagree, I think it's good. If you disagree, you can claim I'm crashing out. If you agree, you can sit and listen to me completely body a lot of Republicans. Also, I do legitimately learn on here. I do actually legitimately admit when I do not know facts, and then I go afterward and look them up. And usually I find a bit more nuance than the other side is trying to throw on them. But that's a story for another day, isn't it? How are you doing, Dave?
Good.
How old are you?
28.
And did you vote for Trump?
Yes, I did.
Do you think that Hegseth should resign?
Maybe you should, maybe you shouldn't. But here's what I want to say. Where was this outrage when Hillary Clinton deleted all those emails off her government computer?
That was also bad.
But you guys didn't complain as much as you're doing now.
I wasn't a debater at that time.
But would you?
Yeah. Yeah, I would have said, I also would have said that is a threat to national security, yeah.
Okay. But it's really not up to the public who resigns or start a petition who does that. We the people get to choose, but ultimately it's the Congress's decision to have them resign.
Okay, what does that have to do with the prompt? Wait, no. Are you trying to say that he can't resign?
He can resign, but
okay.
We American citizens are not gonna force him to do that.
Well, this isn't forcing him. This is just having a conversation about how bad what he did was.
I mean, somebody could have accidentally added that journalist.
Yeah, and that's absolutely a threat to national security.
That person that added that journalist, that person should get fired.
No, because Hegseth was sharing information that shouldn't have been shared on this platform at all, per actual Senate hearings and briefings.
And they found nothing wrong.
No, they found plenty wrong. Did you watch the hearing today?
No, I was busy at work today. I didn't have time.
Yeah, I was also busy at work, but I had it on in my headphones while I was working.
And my job won't let me have the headphones.
Yeah, that's fair. I understand. I'm just saying that's how I got it in. So basically, what this man did was shared 50% of what could actually be considered a military mission brief on a platform where this stuff was absolutely briefed to senators and people in top positions to not be used for this sort of thing, especially when you're considering text messages. So Signal is more secure for calls than it is for the text messaging. The text messaging is easier to manipulate, hack, and steal.
Agreed. They could have probably used a better, more secure texting platform or created one.
Yeah, for sure. That's all I'm trying to say, really, is that this was the wrong venue for the information. If he had shared the information in the proper way through the proper channels using the proper service, we wouldn't be able to have this conversation. We wouldn't know it had happened.
Of course. But I'm just saying the person that, even though that journalist was accidentally added, that person that added him to the chat, that person should get fired, and Hegseth should get reprimanded pretty bad for that.
Okay. Yeah, I think I can meet you on that. I think I can buy that this being this isn't as severe of a thing as could have happened, right? So
Yeah.
I can meet you in the middle on that. I can say that yes, whoever, if and when they prove that somebody actually added this guy to the chat, which is what happened, right? That's obvious. If and when they can prove who did that, that person should absolutely lose their position. And yeah, I can buy that Pete Hegseth could get away with just an absolutely strong reprimanding, and the at least with the caveat that if he does anything similar to this again, he then will lose his position. I
Yeah,
think
I
that
mean, that's
has to
how
be
it
the
works
case.
with us normal people. Like, if we
Exactly.
get warned at work, then written up or fired.
One mistake of any type, right?
Yes.
Fair. I like
I
that.
had to quit. I worked at Walmart. They accused me of letting a customer steal stuff, and I said no. Because I was a cashier there, I said no. I quit.
I saw somebody in the chat just say, "What about Hillary?" We've already gone over this. Yeah, that was also bad. I think that most of the people in my chat know at this point that I am not above chiding the Democrats. I myself am not a Democrat. I don't align with the Democratic Party. I align with them more than the Republican Party every single time, but I myself am not a Democrat.
Yeah.
But yeah, Dave, I think I think this was actually a legitimately good constructive conversation. I think we found decent middle ground.
Yes, we did.
Well, it's great to have you up. Thank you for coming by. Absolutely appreciate you, and have a good one.
You too.
See ya.
Bye.
That was chill. That was chill. It doesn't take that much. It really doesn't take that much critical thought to be able to find middle ground on this issue. You at least have to acknowledge that something wrong was done, I think, is the bar here. If you haven't followed, do it. It's easy. You just tap the button and you're done. Easy. Costs nothing. If you want to give me half a cent and waste half a cent of your money because I don't get the other half, then also hit the heart afterward and give me that heart me and join my team. I'm looking forward to that happening immediately. And that really helps me get out there quick. So thank you in advance. I have no idea which of these people got in here first because TikTok doesn't order it chronologically. So, Blanco, how are you doing?
Good. How are you?
Pretty good. How old are you?
I'm 50.
And did you vote for Trump?
Oh, hell no.
Okay,
I-
so you're
I
a
did
friendly.
not.
Gotcha.
I'm just like wanted to get on here and say, like, are you surprised about any of any of this?
Oh, absolutely not. No, the entirety of the cabinet is DEI hires.
Right. I mean, I was just like when I heard about this, I was like, yeah, I'm
Well,
not
there we go.
surprised.
Yeah,
I'm not surprised at
it
all.
only took 66 days. Well, 64, I guess.
So yeah, I mean, I don't know where we go from here because, you know, they're not holding Trump accountable for anything. I mean, you think they're really gonna go after Hegseth or whatever his name is? So
Yeah, and of course, yeah,
um,
that's how it goes. We know. Oh no, you joined Pete Hegseth's team. I gotta figure out a way for TikTok to not recognize the faces as faces in these pictures. He stole my heart, me. Anyway, Blanco, really appreciate you coming up. Love having you in here, and
all right, man. Well, have a good day.
To you again.
right.
I do friendly panels just while you're up real quick. I do friendly panels. I was pretty regularly before. I'm just trying to get the ball rolling, but eventually I will definitely have that going pretty strong. Probably
All right, man.
once a week. So
Yeah. Well, have a good night.
yeah, you too. See you later.
All right. Bye.
I'm pretty sure I've spoken to this particular user account. You know, user 7106421544899. Are they gonna connect? We got a MAGA Mobile over here. MAGA Mobile. Hello? They're not going to connect. All right. Literally any other MAGA, pop up in the box. We'll talk about Hegseth and what he's done against the American people here. if you are in the chat and you do not want to come up and talk about this because you are a coward, just spam MAGA and I will invite you. I will invite you regardless of what you want. Hey, Scooter said, "Hey, sissy," in quotes. What does that mean? What exactly does that mean? Are you saying I'm not a sissy? And you think I think of myself as a sissy? I'm not sure what the shutter quotes are for there, to be honest. I'll invite you up, though, if you want to talk about it. You just got an invite on the top of your screen that says, I invited you to join as a guest. So if you actually want to talk about it, you don't. Okay. Why should he resign? Well, your invites are off, or I would talk to you about it. I don't really entertain carrying on conversations with people commenting. So turn your invites off or just keep commenting. Good luck. MAGA is scared to talk about this because there is no real way to defend it. Reppin47 says, "Hey, I do, and your invites are off." Do you people not know how to use the app? There was just somebody in the box, but they left. They left before I could get him. Because he's been grossly negligent. Hegseth was bragging about his new big boy job. Hey guys, we're gonna do this thing. We're so ready. And then Vance came in as the voice of reason for 5 seconds saying, hey, maybe we should think about this a little bit more and the actual ramifications of such an act. 5 seconds. That's all we got from Vance. But hey, it's a sign that Vance might actually be trying to do some work for the American people in the background. So, hey, if anything else gets leaked like this and Vance is once again that voice of reason for a little bit, I understand backing off. Your whole Republican Party isn't going to like you if you do that. But that, like, if this happens again and he happens to be on the side of maybe not, I might think about him a little different. Do follow while we're in a lull here, waiting for MAGA to actually get the balls to come up and speak to me. Do follow. Do join the team by giving me the heart me afterward. I have a Discord link in my bio. If it's not still active because it's been about a week, just let me know. If it is still active, join the Discord. Who cares? You know, come join the community, and we'll try to get it. We'll try to make it a little more active. Maxwell, I invited you. I invited you. If you want to talk about how Democrats got nothing, we'll see what happens. But if you don't want to, because you're scared of what's going to happen to you up here on this live with little old me, then that's okay too. You can just stay in the chat where it's safe. They will find out who is the mole, a setup. It's not really how this works. So you must understand the messages that were released included the entire thread, right? Like, there's no way somebody, sure, maybe somebody intentionally added this guy. That's worse. You must understand that's worse. Hegseth created a group where anybody else could add a member and then said these things. The technology is there to limit a group. That's very simple to do. The technology is not hard to understand or master. It's literally very simple. So that's still kind of his problem, if that's what happened. If that's what happened, and he didn't just fat finger adding people. I think they meant to add a different Goldberg. Nice. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Did Biden resign after Hunter Biden's laptop? That was his son. Hunter Biden, I don't think, was president. I don't think Hunter Biden was ever our president. Authority, how you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
Pretty good. How old are you?
In my 30s.
How old are you exactly to the day?
Like 38.
Okay, give or take?
Yeah, like 1984.
Okay, yeah, That sounds pretty close.
Getting pretty close to it. I'm not giving you the exact, if I'm being honest, but
Did you-
we're in the right neighborhood.
Yeah. Did you vote for Trump?
No, I did not.
Did you vote?
Of course.
Well, congratulations on possibly picking the right candidate.
Well, here we are.
Who'd you vote for in the
I have a
primary?
question.
Out of curiosity, pure curiosity.
In the primary?
Yeah.
I don't even remember who the fuck. I don't even remember who I voted for in the primary. I'm not in the battleground state.
Okay.
So, like, I'm not in a battleground state, so I didn't, like, had I been in a battleground state, right, I would have voted for Kamala. But I chose to vote for someone who who I really liked, which is Chase Oliver. He was with us on the streets of Stop Cop City. So that's just who, but again, I wasn't in a battleground state, so I had that choice
I
to
feel
vote differently.
I feel being vehemently against the Cop City. I feel that.
Yeah, it and like this was somebody also that like I met in person too, so there was also, you know, like, wow, I actually know this person and talk to them, etc.
fair.
so forth. But here's the question I have for you. You know, I've been, you know, we're at like what 63 days of the Trump administration. We've had Elon Musk go like send his team into federal buildings. They have kicked people out, not allow elected officials into the building, right?
Yep.
And at what point have they just taken over the government?
Before now,
Right?
I can say that much. Yeah.
Right.
No, really.
I guess my question is like at what point do we realize that like this shit's lost? Like I'm really concerned about that. Because I feel like this is great, you know, everyone's talking about like what we're gonna do and what's coming, but I'm really concerned with the kind of things that Trump is doing with using ICE as his Gestapo. That we're not getting out of this. That this stuff is going to continue to escalate, and
Yeah,
if you read all the please.
About that one, it seems like you're saying that there's no hope to doing anything like this. And if
Not
that's
that I'm
the
saying
case,
that
I mean,
there's-
I have to fight you on that.
I'm not saying that there's any hope, and I would never tell anyone like to not be doing and talking about politics. That would be silly, right? I don't want to police what anyone's doing. I'm just saying that I'm just really concerned where this goes because, you know, I just, you know, this is a person who tried to overthrow the election in 2020,
Mhm.
and now that he has power, why would they ever give up power again?
Yeah,
Like,
no,
well, I
that's
just don't
absolutely
see-
True.
yeah.
Absolutely the only chance we have is the midterm elections. Absolutely the only chance. If we don't turn probably both the House and Senate around in the midterm elections, which I really don't think will be that hard to do, just by the time we get there, so many people will have changed their minds about Trump and just the administration as a whole that I really think it'll be quite simple. But if we
Yeah, I read
don't
about-
do that, then
please.
and they get a full 4 years of having complete control of everything, they will. Trump will be president again, assuming he lives.
Yeah. I don't
Absolutely.
know. I hope we can still have midterms, but I don't know if you saw the bill that he signed the other day with the citizenship for U.S. elections and stuff. Like Republicans continue to continue to attack voting rights, and it's never about giving more access to voting. It's always securing it. We have to secure the vote now. We have to secure the vote, not give access to the vote, right? So I'm just really concerned about where this stuff is heading, and I really I hope we have a midterm. That would be wonderful.
That's totally
But,
fair. So I was doing this up to the election, during the election cycle quite a bit. I got pretty heavy. I had consistent 500 to 1,000 viewer counts just leading right up to the election, all the way up to election night. And then I kind of petered off after that because I was very, very disillusioned at how fucking stupid so many people are. And so I've
It's
just
I
been
don't
out of
even
the
think
game for a few months, right?
I don't even think it's stupidity, right? Because when we read about social media and how people get their information, right? Um, like if when you read about Cambridge Analytica and such, right? We have it now in America to where if you start a PAC or whatever, you can spend however much money you want on a candidate, and then you can buy social media information which categorizes people like into target groups as far as personalities, and then essentially, essentially for lack of better words, do like psychological warfare against people to
It's
get them to
absolutely
vote
true.
for people.
Yeah, propaganda is a huge part of it, but also like there are just clear ways around the algorithms and what they're trying to show you all the time. Like,
Mhm.
and just the stupidity is people not doing that, like not even attempting to go out of their way to find even middle ground ideation.
Yeah, it's not like, and
That's the
also,
stupidity. You have to fight
well,
propaganda with effort on your own part.
yeah, due diligence. The other thing I also caught myself doing the other day was repeating information that I heard passively, which is also another big problem.
Yep.
Like if you're hanging out on lives and you're listening to a lot of different things or whatever, you may get like hear something and then all of a sudden, you're repeating something and then
That's
you're like,
true
wait,
somehow. Yeah.
did I hear that? Anyway, hey, you invited me up. I know the picture kind of throws people off. That's a picture I made. That's if Donald Trump never wore makeup. That's what he would look like. He would be this white. So, anyways, you have a good day. I'll give you a follow. I think I've seen you before, man. But, anyways, cheers. Have a good day, man.
Have a good one. Good to have you up.
Yeah, no, nice chat.
Nice chatting with you. I was already kicking you. Thank you for joining the team. If you haven't joined the team, then maybe or maybe not, maybe not, you haven't followed as well. I need to ask this, right? Follow or else. That's what I'm telling you, basically. Follow or else. If you have followed but you haven't given me the Heart Me gift, consider it. If you have one coin laying around, it helps you come back. It helps me get out there faster. So tap that heart that comes up after you follow and give me that Heart Me gift. Join the team. There's somebody. Thank you. American Yakubon? Was that how I say that? Was that what I saw there? American Yakubon. I'm pretty sure that's right. Yeah. Nice. If you are MAGA, hop in the box. I want to talk to you about Pete Hegseth and how he is a danger to national security, which is his entire job, dude. This man failed us. He absolutely failed us. And it hasn't, well, it's been less than 3 months. And he's already massively failed the American people. So, anyway. Thank you, Chicken Store 1912, for sharing the live as well. Shares do go a long way. Also, tap the screen if you're in here. To share, if you really want to help me out, there's an arrow right there. Do that, and then just tap the people along the top and hit share. Done. Good time. Brown Eyed Girl, thank you for sharing. Literally any MAGA who wants to defend their head of national security. The Secretary of Defense, Pete Hegseth. The mission was a success. Let's talk about it. Teresa Brooks Scott, let's talk about it. Because I don't think that's what's at issue here. I don't think the issue is whether or not it was a success. That's not what we're talking about. That's a take that has absolutely nothing to do with what I'm saying. She's not going to come up. All right. Do you have an education? You need one. Liam, turn your invites on. What are you doing? You know nothing about national security. Also from Liam. Turn your invites on. You can definitely keep leaving comments as long as they're unique comments. But also turn your invites on and come talk to me about it. MAGA equals acting like a child. LOL. Take a walk. You have no high ground. Hell yeah, Jacob. Hell yeah. You should resign. You should resign. No, you. Oh, I love that. I love Pete. He's human. Okay. All right. 2 more. I did also invite you. User 644 blah blah blah. I invited you as well. MAGAs are scared. Actually, yeah, obviously. Nobody's in the box. Usually I get more guests than this. I guess this, maybe this topic is too topical and hard to fight. It might go too far, right? Because usually I'm talking about Trump and how he's terrible. And there are so many things you can talk about. There are so many things that people think they know about with that topic. But just maybe this is too poignant, right? Maybe they know they don't know about this. So maybe I'll quit this for now and take a break because we're like 45 minutes. That's not too bad. And I will see you all very soon. And maybe I'll just go back to talking about Trump because it works better. And we'll just slip this in as a secondary topic unless somebody gets in the box right now. Okay. I'll see you all in a little bit. Do not go too far. I'll probably be about 30 minutes and I will be back. And I'll see you all then. And until then, stay golden. All right? Just, that's all I ever ask of you. Stay golden.